Hi everyone. I just wanted to come on here real quick and show you guys how I'll be using my Traveler's Notebook diary inserts for 2025. So I'll be staying in the camel for the time being, which is what I had during my December daily. And I still have the same charms, but I went ahead and got the 2025 Traveler's Notebook insert, the vertical dated insert, and this is gonna be kind of like my planner, but also I'll do a bit of decorating in here. It could also work as a kind of memory keeper. I've been using this particular insert for the past 4 years and it's really worked for me, so I just thought that I go ahead and like not mess with a good thing. But this year I decided to add another 2025 diary insert, but this one is the horizontal one. So it has the dates on one side, Monday through Sunday, and then on the other side it's a grid page. And so I'll be using this for school academic stuff or more important things. So I don't think I'll be decorating this as much. I may throw in like a sticker here and there, but it's going to be used primarily for like annotations and just pretty plain and just straightforward, which is something that I think will help me a lot more this year, because when I go ahead and plan something and I include stickers or any kind of deco, it kind of takes my focus away from the planning itself, and I get overwhelmed with like the possibilities of what to do. As far as my inserts are concerned. So this is what I'm going to be using as far as, like I said, for planning. This is primarily planning. And I'll be using the same inserts. Again, I usually keep the same thing. So this is the clear zipper folder from Traveler's Notebook, and I just have a couple of my favorite stickers here. And of course, I have some stickers, some planning stickers, and just other stickers that I like to keep in there. And I also went ahead and I ripped up a Muji bag, and so that's around the actual like planner itself. And so then I have this. It's a trifold Traveler's Notebook. And I primarily use it like when I am traveling around or where I go somewhere that I have a lot of ephemera or pamphlets, and I'll just go ahead and throw them in there, or, receipts or stickers, because it's easier and it allows me to see what I have versus going inside the pocket and having to open it up and like dig through there. Same thing with this zipper insert, and this is also from the Traveler's Notebook. And this is in mustard yellow. So you have like, the pocket here with a little flap, and I have more stickers. I'm a sticker-holic. It has 3 pockets here. I usually put like washi cards or other kind of ephemera, or if there's any particular like card that I may need when I use this as a wallet, because sometimes I will use this as a wallet if I don't want to carry a bunch of stuff in my bag. And then on the other side, it's the same insert, but it's the sticker. It's the zipper portion. So I just have more stickers in here. So like I said, this is going to be my Traveler's Notebook, primarily for planning for 2025. And I also decided to use another notebook for just journaling in general. So this is the other traveler's notebook I'll be using, I think I've shown it several times before. This is the Kyoto edition that my good friend Sachio sent me over from Japan. Thanks again, Sachio. I would have loved to have been more careful. I'm not the kind of person who keeps her traveler's notebooks pristine. I would have loved for that to have been the case, but because I use them quite a lot and I'm always taking them with me, they get scratched up pretty quickly. As you can see, like this is just, and this scratch right here is like a pretty good, like it's like a pretty deep cut. And then also because I have the traveler's notebook Kyoto charm here, you can see the little indents here. But it really just adds to my notebook's character, which I, can really appreciate. So yeah, I'll be using this mainly for like memory keeping or scrapbooking, or honestly, any kind of documentation that isn't planning or planner related. And so when you open it up, I have another one of the traveler's notebook zipper folders. And I think they just barely released these or re-released them late last year. And again, this is, you open up the flap. I have stickers. Like I said, I'm a sticker holic, and just more stickers. And, sometimes like I'll put washi cards in there and whatnot. And then this first insert here, I started it last year. And what ends up happening with me is I will do a lot of backlogging. Because I'll go ahead and I'll decorate pages and I'll, go back and write. But it's just pretty much like important, I guess, events or just whatever I feel like it's worth like noting or documenting. And like, there's several pages that I already decorated. And so I really don't want to feel pressured to have to write in a journal every day or have to document every day, because it can get pretty overwhelming very fast. So this is my first one, and this is Tomoe River paper. Somebody, oh my goodness, from the planner community actually sent me this when I bought, I think, a Twisby pen. She had a D-stash and I got the Twisby pen off of her, and she also sent this with me. Can't remember her name right now, but it was super nice of her. And so I really love Tomoe River paper, because I use a lot of ink pens and I use like watercolor, and it takes up the ink, pen ink, pretty well, and, as well as the watercolors. So this is the other side of the, traveler's notebook pouch, zipper pouch. And again, more stickers. Apparently I can't ever get enough of stickers. And then I'm also using the sticker release insert from the B Size and Rarities collection, limited edition. Again, more stickers. And this really comes in handy because wherever I go, I'm always searching, for any kind of ephemera, specifically stickers. And like if it's a shop or a store, I always ask if they have any stickers. And sometimes I don't have to ask, like if it's a coffee shop or some kind of cafe and I get a drink to go, sometimes there's like stickers that you can peel off the cups or like the bottles. So I'll go ahead and do that as well. So this is really handy, and I love the cover. They still have these sticker release inserts, but they don't have the B Size and Rarities cover. So I like the gold embossing on this insert. And then I have, oops, there's a little bit of explicit content here. This notebook. And it's, again, my friend Sachio sent this over, and it is, I believe it's the green insert. But it's pretty much craft paper. And so it's rather porous. So I would not recommend for people to use fountain pen ink on this particular insert. So you have to be very careful. And so again, I'm using this mainly as another journal to document different things. And honestly, I want to go ahead and use up as many stickers and ephemera that I have, because I've collected so much ephemera over the years. So again, I start off by decorating my pages, pre-decorating, and I'll usually go back and write, or, you know, immediately, as you know, as fast as I can, or just end up doing a lot of backlogs, which is fine by me. Especially like if I have pictures that I want to print out, which is usually the case. So I'll be using this as well. So again, this is my, I guess, backup or alternate traveler's notebook. So I think I'm pretty content with what I have so far, what I'll be using so far for this year. In addition to this though, I went and decided I'm going to venture into adding another memory keeping or just everyday documentation journal. This is still in the works. So I think I showed this particular fake Hobonichi that I did a couple of years ago. My plan was to go ahead and finish this in a year. And that did not happen because, again, life happens, and sometimes you have so much going on and you get overwhelmed. And so I decided, okay, I'm not going to throw this away. I'm not going to put it to the side. I'm just going to go ahead. If it takes 2 years or 3 years to fill this up, then that's what we're going to do. And so there's still some backlogging that I'm doing in this, but I really like what I ended up doing with this notebook. I took some of the best parts of the Hobonichi planner, the things that worked for me, and I went ahead and did like basically the year at glance here, a little title page, something inspirational here. I wanted this to be the theme for this particular year or years, and I did this tracking, which I did not keep up with, but I like the idea of this, you know, maybe third time's a charm. And I did all of this by hand. It took me a good while, but when I look back at it, I really am happy with how it came out. And so again, I did all of these months by hand. Like, I don't recommend for anyone to do this unless you like really enjoy like tedious, repetitive, you know, work. And again, when I look back, I'm pretty proud of myself for like, you know, doing this, but you know, I didn't keep up with it. It was pretty hard. But I want to challenge myself to kind of do this again for 2025. So I went ahead and I had a backup journal, just like the one that you just saw. And I actually purchased these particular notebooks on JetPens. They did, I guess, I'm not sure if it's a collaboration, but they came up with their own notebook, and it's called, I'm not sure, I think it starts with a K, but it's Tomoe River paper, and it's anything that I use to like document. It's usually an A5, and so I quickly, you know, I get some of my favorite stickers, and I always make sure to decorate my covers. That's one of the fun things that I love doing with my journals or my planners. And so I haven't written anything here, so I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna go ahead and do exactly the same thing that I did with my last fake Hobonichi, or if I want to keep it a lot simpler, so I don't have to commit to anything that's dated. I like the idea, but also I don't want to go ahead and invest so much time into creating like trackers and calendars if I'm not going to use it in the end. So this is, again, fingers crossed, this is what I'm challenging myself with, because I think when I go ahead and use this to document more frequently or on a daily basis, it really encourages me to write more and be more detailed in how I'm documenting my life. So this is it for documenting. However, there are other honorable mentions that I'll be using this year, or that I'll be trying using. Another one is this lovely journal. I got this several years ago when I went to visit my sister up in Santa Cruz. There was a bookstore up there called Logos Bookstore, and they had a bunch of like cool vinyl records, used, records, CDs, and they had like used books, new books, but they also had a lot of stationery. And so I fell in love with this notebook. And it's an American History and Natural Museum book, and I love the cover. I love owls. I became fascinated with them ever since I got into Greek mythology, and Athena, the goddess of Athens, or patron goddess of Athens, had this whole, owl. That was her thing. And so I thought, you know what, this is very appropriate. I love owls, like the different species, varieties. I think they're just so beautiful. So anyway, this is going to be used just for writing. Ranting, this is a lot more personal, definitely private. And again, I would love to use this on a daily basis, but I know that's not going to happen. And so there's no pressure with this. Technically, I started this last year, 2024. I mean, did not keep up with it. Again, life happens and we can get overwhelmed. I know that certainly is the case with me, but I'm not going to go ahead and throw away a good journal, a good notebook, because I know I'm going to end up using it anyway. So another challenge for myself, and I look forward to using this one as well. In addition to that, I went ahead and decided to just get a brain dump book. This is not special. This was 50 cents at Target, and I was speaking to my therapist, and she suggested, just when you get overwhelmed, just go ahead and write things out, which those of us who are in the planning community or are avid journalers, we know how cathartic writing is, or just, getting our creative juices out. And so this is how I'll be using it. There's like no rhyme or reason. It doesn't matter. If all I do is like scribble on every page, then that's what I'm going to do, right? As long, to get the feelings out, whatever frustration, stress, whatever chaos may be going on in my mind, this is what I'll be using that for. And then because I am a little bit of a visual artist, I always carry around some kind of little pocketbook or notebook, like primarily for sketching. And so I had this moleskin lying around, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to just have it, collect dust, and, I want to just use it. Excuse me. I had one drawing there. Primarily for, like I said, sketching and, ideas that I get, because I really want to get into a lot more painting and work on bigger projects, whether it's like using graphite or charcoal, but I want to keep the sketches or ideas in something like this. And like I said, I went ahead and like decorated with some of my favorite stickers. Like I said, that's one of my favorite parts of like, setting up a journal or a notebook. And in addition to that, or this, I also get this one. Again, this was an old notebook, an old sketchbook that I had lying around. It was a gift probably like 10 years ago. And then it's like faux leather, and this kind of cover, it'll start peeling off. So I realized when I started like trying to cover it with stickers, I realized that the cover was peeling off. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and cover it with some of my favorite stickers. But because I know it's already peeling off, I'm going to use some duct tape to secure the stickers and just the cover in general. I mean, it's like an okay job that I did, but it'll go ahead and protect the notebook in general. And again, this is just sketch paper. And so I'm already, like I said, used some stickers to decorate it. And yeah, this is pretty much everything I'll be using for the remainder of 2025, like I said, I'm trying not to put any pressure on myself, because that kind of defeats the whole purpose, right? Of kind of finding your own system and being in love with how you're using your journals and your planners. Yeah, so this is it. This is everything. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about using this stuff and see how it ends up going for me. So yeah. Thanks again for watching.